Now, WBRZ News 2 at 10.
This arrest null and void since police were using an outdated law. It's not the first time the law has stretched out its arm too far. Good evening, I'm Sylvia Weatherspoon. Tonight, the city of Baton Rouge is on the hook for a settlement over this incident recorded by officers' dash cams and obtained by the investigative unit. A judge ruled officers violated Ernest Taylor's Second Amendment rights when they pulled him over 2 years ago, took his guns and arrested him. Police say he broke the law because he parked his car in the parking lot of a bar. An old city law bans guns anywhere near an area where alcohol is sold. That includes a bar parking lot. But a state law trumped that one, allowing people to keep their guns in cars in bar parking lots, although police were still enforcing it. Taylor sued after his arrest and won. News 2's Ryan Nakhan has more on what this all means. He talked to Taylor's attorney, and he's live in the newsroom with the details.
We won't know the value of this lawsuit until October, but what we do know is that the Baton Rouge Police Department is making changes.
What you're about to witness is something you don't often get to see firsthand. Dashcam video recording what a federal judge says are police officers breaking the law.
Hey, bro, what you cussing me for? No, bro. No, bro. No, what are you doing? I ain't doing nothing.
3 Baton Rouge cops arrested Ernest Taylor and took his guns, simply because he parked his car at a business that sold alcohol, while he had his guns in his car.
Bro, you got a shotgun on the floor. You got a rifle between the seats. You got a pistol in there also. I got papers on all that. There ain't nothing more we didn't know about. You were in the parking lot, right? I didn't have a pistol on me. Come on, dude. Come on. You were in the parking lot with those guns.
I think that they were breaking the law. The fact that there's an ordinance on the books does not give them the right to deprive somebody of the rights that are guaranteed to them by the United States Constitution.
Taylor's attorney Joe Donahue sued the city of Baton Rouge over the incident.
There's no telling at this point who it was used against, how many times, and for how long.
And even when he brought the unconstitutional evidence to the city's attention, officials continued to keep Taylor's guns from him and pursue the case.
You know, arguably the DA did the right thing by saying we don't need to prosecute this because it's clearly unconstitutional, whereas the city prosecutor and the parish attorney just stepped back and said we're going to allow it to continue, and we're just going to ignore the fact that it has severe constitutional infirmities.
2 months ago, the parish attorney's office sent an email to Chief Carl Dabadie suggesting he no longer enforce the ordinance because it may have some constitutional problems. And on the next day, the same parish attorney's office told the East Baton Rouge Metro Council the ordinance was a mistake and should be corrected.
When this first happened, the police department said that it was on the books and they would continue to enforce it. But today, they did acknowledge that this law was unconstitutional and they've repealed it, and they will no longer enforce this law. Now, Taylor did get his guns back and the case against him was dismissed. Live in the newsroom, Ryan Nakhan, WBRZ News 2.
Ryan, thank you. Last year, we found there are a handful of laws that are on the books that are unenforceable, but no one seems interested in taking them off the rolls. Leaders have passed the buck on dealing with this issue. Some are upset